MoShiach era stories of active divine protection by Karl Yehuda Ben-Jedi, a personal story of me witnessing this in action. I go shopping just like anyone else, except for the fact in my life I have to use a power chair. I am religiously observant but conceal this due to living in an isolated town away from, but close to, a very large Jewish community. Due to being observant, I obviously have mezuzah place in all the right places. And found I had one parchment left over. Not wanting to not have a good use for this, I concealed it into the back seating compartment inside the power chair. Time goes by and on visiting the supermarket I am served by a new member of staff, whom I do not know, and looking at me, I could just pass by as anyone on the street without drawing attention to myself. But for some unknown reason, he took an immediate dislike to me and became quietly sarcastic. Time went by and every time we met it just got slowly worse. It reached the point to where I tried as best I could to shop on days I had not seen him before. However, one day his shift pattern must have changed. He spotted me in the line waiting to buy my shopping. His face drained of color, and he suddenly bent over double and was sick on the floor behind the counter. People in line looked at me because they knew it was caused by seeing me there. I was just as shocked by this and felt very concerned for him. But true to form on serving me, his sarcasm reached a very public level to be witnessed by all, even to the point of total stranger wanting to publicly tell him off. Then time went by again, and I did not see him for a long time. Then the last time I ever met him was while moving around going shopping in the store. Once again, due to being in a large power chair, I have to think for everyone around just like driving a car. I had not seen him as I elevated the seating on the chair to reach an item I needed. As I descended I spotted him stacking a shelf close to the floor at the end of the section, and I was in the middle. He looked at me in sheer terror and ran away. I was profoundly shocked. The next time I entered the store all the staff would look at me with a strange look on their faces. And I overheard them speaking that he had quit his job and moved away from the area. What do I think? I believe it was an act of divine intervention on steroids, and an angel must have known what was in his mind and heart, and made him see and feel his worst nightmares because he might have posed a threat to me in some way. Another episode happened while shopping again. This time a traveling carnival of different fairground rides had taken over the town. I was once again paying for my shopping and had a very large bag on my lap due to being in a power chair, which I lovingly call my donkey. Some young gypsy man was hanging around and looked very agitated. At the time, he had a crazed look in his eyes on seeing me. On heading home in the dark going downhill at walking speed, I heard low footsteps as if someone running behind me. I quickly swerved to the right and stopped to let the person get past me. Then I heard a voice to keep moving and not to look behind me. At that point there was silence and I got home safely. On reflection, I thought of the famous story of the Sodom and Gomorrah angel. I would normally never talk about these events and others, but for some reason now seems the time to do so. On reflection, I have tried to figure out what is happening, and it seems to be if you have a strong evil inclination, you could possibly feel overwhelmed and feel sick in my presence. The opposite is also true. If you have a powerful good inclination you feel elated. The last example I will give in from my last journey to Israel in December 2021. I was staying in a hotel in Beersheba in a cheap hotel and had to buy my own food. Late one night after Shabbat, I needed something to eat. The taskman told me of a service station just down the road that would have snack foods. Traveling in the dark in my power chair I reached the service station. Two Arab gentlemen were sitting outside, and I could not see a safe way to enter with my chair. After a few minutes, we figured a way, and I was inside. One served me, and the other seemed very agitated in my presence. While I was deciding what to buy, a man and women entered and were surveying the whole area around me. I tried to speak to them, but they would not look at me and stayed until I was just about to leave. At this point, they just seemed to have left without buying anything. And the agitated gentleman seemed to have left the area as well. So with these constant in-your-face events, I can bear witness to active divine intervention in today's world.